welcome to Gemstone Tarot. This is your weekend reading for the 9th and 10th of March 2019. Fanny Pobbs joins us. She is here. Hello, sweetheart. She's like, I am not moving for anybody. She's all curled up like a snail, aren't you, sweetie? Oh, hello, honey pot. Hello. So we are going to have a small passage from the Almanac, not the Almanac, of 2019. Look out for hedgehogs coming out of hibernation. Hedgehogs emerge from hibernation this month, hungry, thirsty and disorientated. A bit like us people. They will have lost a third of their body weight over winter and need to replenish it fast, ready for the breeding season. Make a hedgehog feeding station so they can eat and drink away from predators such as foxes and badgers. Cut a 12 to 15 centimetre square hole in one end of a large plastic storage box with a lid, covering the sharp edges with duct tape. Place newspaper in the box, then place a bowl each of water and a meat-based cat food. Chicken is best, no fish, at the end farthest from the hole. Tuck the box under a hedge or into a border. Put a weight on, such as a brick, on the lid so it doesn't come off. You can make a feeding station even if you have never seen a hedgehog in your garden. They are hard to spot even if they are there, and also they are in extreme decline, so worth taking a punt on. There you go, doing my bit for the hedgehog population. Personally, when I was younger, I used to see hedgehogs all the time, and I don't think I've seen one in about 30 years, but I will try it. Probably what will happen is Valentine will wheedle her way into the box and I'll find her with like cat food smeared all over her face and her ears. That's just the kind of thing she would do, actually. No hedgehog would actually get a look in. But give it a go, and also leave me a comment if you've seen one, because you are all over the world, so it'd be interesting to know. Like I say, they used to be really, really common. Ooh. Nice. Whew. What's up for the weekend? Okay. Nice energies, actually. Still a bit topsy-turvy. We've had a slight topsy-turvy thing going on. Astrologically, there is a lot happening at the moment, and it is a bit topsy-turvy. And if you want to check out, have a look on something like Cafe Astrology. They have a really good page on there, which is astrological trends of the month and of the week as well. So you can just have a quick look and see, especially if you're feeling it and you're thinking, is there something weird going on? Now, of course, Mercury's retrograde, so there's something weird going on. Sun is still in Pisces. Okay. This reading is kind of a mixture of generosity and anxiety. I know, two things that are not commonly bedfellows. And yet that's what I'm getting. 6 of Pentacles. These are random acts of kindness. Sometimes it's a bag of cash. Yeehaw. It can be somebody like a tax rebate. It's not usually a massive amount of money, but it is like a little windfall. But the larger, I cannot speak at the moment, by the way. The stronger sense that I'm getting is that it's an act of generosity personally. Personal act of generosity, which is much feared. You know, it's feared that it won't come. 4 of Swords in reverse. This is anxiety and ruminating. And I've been getting ruminating for a few days. Pisces is a sign that ruminates endlessly, and I can definitely be qualified to tell you that because I am one. It doesn't suit everybody. You know, there is a certain passivity to it, and inevitably, as my mum says, you know, if you navel gaze, well, she doesn't call it navel gazing, she calls it something that I can't say, otherwise YouTube won't put my video up, but if you navel gaze for too long, you inevitably end up at the station of anxiety, don't you? So the 4 of Swords in reverse is a certain sense of it's never going to happen. The Knight of Wands is a sense of it's not happening fast enough. I'm not seeing the signs. What's going on? And yet the other cards are really nice. 2 sixes, and sixes in the tarot are kind of bingo cards, you know. Their resonance is quite dynamic and sweet and movement. 6 of Swords. Moving away from troubled times, but to a certain extent, there is an element of rescue. There's an element of somebody turning up here. And there's an element of somebody showing up with an act of generosity here. And those two things combined, I really like the energy of, to be honest. Because alongside them, the Page of Cups, which is an offer. Now, it's a page, so granted, it could be a clumsy offer. It could be, you know, just not well expressed. That's why I think there's the anxiety. The timing of it might not be the best. But nevertheless, if this is about a relationship for you, I've got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, which is the independent person turned upside down. So sometimes it's a call for you not to necessarily be standoffish or take a stance of independence. For a few of you, it's literally that you won't be single. Page of Cups can be a love offer in this instance. And then up here, Major Arcana, lovely card, Temperance. And this is the card of getting your feet wet and learning to play with the emotional slinky. A slinky. I told you I cannot talk today. The emotional slinky. You know, it's the whole yeah. I like that card a lot. I'm going to take some Chuck Spezzano love cards. Ooh. Yes. That card always makes me laugh. Okay. That card has come up all the time. Okay, look, there has been something. There's been beef, as the kids say. We get mistake. Somebody made a mistake. It may have been you, it may have been them. There may have been an argument. There may have been a drop taken. There may have been words spoken. Then we get the rather biblical bad choices card. This lovely lady is selecting an apple with a worm in. I love that card. And there are other apples with worms, and some of the apples don't have worms. Previous bad choices don't always mean that the next one will be a bad choice. Also, this is an offer. It's not necessarily a choice. Don't really know how to explain that. Then we get drought. Drought is when you fear a drought, whether it's a financial drought or on the relationship front, you know, tumbleweeds and picked off old skulls and, you know, whatever, moths flying out of your purse, whether that is, you know, metaphorical or literal. This feels like it's where you've come from. This could be the history. There could be a checkered past. There could be a history of bad choices. You know, there could be somebody asking for forgiveness. That's often an apology. You don't have to make the choice to go along with this person, but I would hear them out. Whether it's work or whether it's play and love, I would hear them out. Because there's decent cards on this table. There is generosity and there is anxiety in equal measure. Yeah. We get the Oracle card of Orphaned. For me, this card represents your tribe. It represents a feeling of, are you in or are you out? Not necessarily what has happened here, what's the history, what's the facts, but the feeling of, are you in my nest or are you out of it? And there are many different nuances and reasons to have someone in your nest, in whichever way that relationship is, family, romance, colleagues, work, whatever it is, your relationship to the world even. Does it build your nest? Does it belong in your nest? That is the question. This card has come up a lot as well. Lots of people feeling really tired. I know I've seen a lot of other tarot readers, and including myself, that you will notice the March readings are quite late for lots of people, or they've been deleted, or various things, you know, and or taking a bit of time off, or whatever it is. I feel like this energy is quite challenging because we're always being, it's a lot of kind of contradiction going on. There's a lot of dualism and a lot of to and fro. Body care is something that kicks in at that point. It's just an awareness of listening to your own body, and again, almost treating your body like a friend. You know, what do you need for me to feather your nest? Is it chocolate biscuits? Is it drinking more water? Is it doing more exercise? Is it laughing, watching a comedy video? You know, whichever way it goes for you. Leave me a comment there about that reading. I find that really interesting, and I think it's resonated with some people. And do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe, hit the button, and make sure you hit the wiggly bell. And also let me know, do you get notified of my videos? Because I know I'm subscribed to a lot of people, and I seem to only get a handful of people's videos coming up, and then I suddenly think, oh, what happened to that person? And then I go and see there's like 10 videos out and I haven't been told. So just let me know in the comment section, okay? And I'll see you soon. Namaste.